Welcome to Senior Health Tips, your daily guide to stronger, more comfortable living as you age. In today's video, we're diving into the top 3 kitchen spices that can help ease joint pain and reduce inflammation naturally. If you're tired of stiff, aching joints that won't settle down, or you've had enough of relying on painkillers, you're in the right place. This gentle, side effect-free approach might be just what you've been looking for. At Senior Health Tips, we believe healing can start right in your kitchen. That's why we're focusing on common, everyday spices you probably already have in your pantry. These aren't rare ingredients or exotic cures. They're simple, natural seasonings that can be added easily to your favorite meals and may bring noticeable relief over time. So go ahead, grab a warm drink, sit back, and get comfortable. We're about to explore 3 powerful spices that have been shown to support joint health, soothe inflammation, and help you feel more mobile and at ease. And the first one on the list might just surprise you. Let's begin this journey toward natural relief, right here on Senior Health Tips. Number 1 on our list is cloves, a small but mighty spice often overlooked in everyday cooking. These tiny, dark brown flower buds may not seem like much, but when it comes to joint support, they deserve serious attention. Most of us associate cloves with holiday treats, spiced teas, or maybe a warm batch of pumpkin pie. But beyond their cozy aroma, cloves contain powerful compounds that can help ease joint pain, reduce inflammation, and support long-term joint health. The key player here is a natural compound called eugenol, which gives cloves their distinct scent and much of their medicinal potential. Modern research from both American and Japanese scientists has shed light on the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects of eugenol. One Japanese study on arthritis in mice found that eugenol reduced joint swelling and inflammation markers, suggesting it can help calm the immune response in chronic joint conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Meanwhile, studies in U.S. labs have shown that eugenol can inhibit the COX-2 enzyme, which is the same biological target as many over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen. This means cloves may offer similar pain relief benefits, without the side effects commonly associated with long-term medication use. Eugenol also helps neutralize free radicals, which are unstable molecules that can damage cartilage over time, especially as we age. Cloves are one of the most antioxidant-rich spices on the ORAC scale, even surpassing blueberries. These antioxidants support your body at the cellular level and help slow down the wear and tear that comes with aging, poor diet, and environmental stress. But cloves might not just ease symptoms. They may also help protect the structure of your joints. Studies suggest that the bioactive compounds in cloves could help prevent cartilage breakdown and reduce the frequency of flare-ups. This adds a long-term benefit that many quick-fix treatments do not offer. Now, how can you bring cloves into your daily routine without overwhelming your taste buds? The answer is simple and flexible. Whole clove tea is at the gentle starting point. Drop 2 or 3 whole cloves into simmering water. Let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain and sip. You got a bit of honey or lemon to soften the flavor. It is especially comforting in the evening if you tend to feel joint discomfort at night. Ground cloves are another option, but remember, a little goes a long way. Just a pinch adds depth and warmth to oatmeal, smoothies, curries, or stews. Try mixing it with cinnamon and banana for a smooth, joint-friendly breakfast blend. One favorite among wellness-minded seniors is golden milk, made with warm milk, turmeric, ginger, black pepper, and a tiny bit of clove. It's soothing, delicious, and a perfect bedtime ritual for tired joints. You can also make infused olive oil by gently warming it with a few whole cloves. Add this to roasted vegetables or salads for a functional and flavorful boost. For those interested in aromatherapy, clove oil can offer topical relief. But use caution. Essential oils are very concentrated. Always mix clove oil with a carrier like coconut or almond oil, and test a small area of skin first. Some people enjoy the gentle numbing and warming effect it provides on sore joints or muscles, but it must be used safely. It is important to keep your intake to culinary levels. Large doses, especially in supplement or essential oil form, can be too much and may cause side effects like digestive upset or irritation. For people on medications like blood thinners or those with liver issues, talk to your doctor before adding cloves to your health routine. Why recommend cloves for joint care? Because they are simple, accessible, and effective. No extreme diets. No drastic lifestyle changes. Just small, daily additions that support healing and comfort over time. Cloves are the kind of everyday upgrade that older adults can easily adopt and benefit from. So, the next time you feel stiffness in your joints or plan your meals, consider where a little clove magic might fit in. Your body, especially your joints, will feel the difference. Number 2 on our list is cinnamon, a warm, comforting spice many of us already know well, but one that also deserves a seat in your joint care roadmap. Most people think of cinnamon on cinnamon rolls, apple pie, or swirled into a cozy cup of chai. Yet that same familiar seasoning can play a meaningful role in easing joint aches and dialing down inflammation. The stick or powder tucked in your pantry might be one of the simplest natural supports for sore knees, stiff fingers, or an achy back. Cinnamon enjoys a long history in traditional healing systems. Ancient Egypt, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, all valuing it for restorative properties. Modern science is beginning to validate what healers observed for centuries. The key bioactive molecule is cinnamaldehyde. It gives cinnamon its signature aroma and flavor, but also carries potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Since chronic joint pain is often driven by low-grade inflammation simmering beneath the surface, anything that safely nudges those inflammatory pathways downward can improve daily comfort. When that inflammation is active, the immune system sometimes attacks its own tissues, showing up as stiffness, swelling, and pain. Cinnamaldehyde and related compounds help calm that response. In lab and animal studies, cinnamon extracts have been shown to reduce levels of inflammatory mediators like TNF-alpha, IL-1 beta, IL-6, and nitric oxide. They also can block activation of NF-kappa B, a master regulator of inflammation. A study in Food and Function found that trans-cinnamaldehyde, along with p-cyamine and other constituents, significantly reduced inflammatory signaling in human immune cell models. Moreover, a recent meta-analysis of cinnamon supplementation trials, mostly from U.S. and international sources, showed modest but significant effects on oxidative stress and inflammation biomarkers. Another study on Cinnamomum japonicum, a Japanese variety sometimes called Japanese cinnamon, demonstrated anti-inflammatory effects via inhibition of P38/JNK/AP1 signaling in activated immune cells. These results underscore that across cultures, cinnamon varieties show promise as modulators of inflammation. But quelling inflammation is only part of the story. Healthy circulation matters too. Good blood flow delivers oxygen and nutrients to cartilage, ligaments, synovium, and connective tissue while clearing waste products. Cinnamon has been linked to improved blood flow and vascular health, in part by helping relax blood vessels and reducing oxidative stress. Cinnamon may also assist with blood sugar balance. That might sound tangential, but stable glucose levels influence inflammation systemically. When blood sugar spikes, inflammation can accelerate, potentially worsening joint symptoms over time. By helping regulate glucose, cinnamon tackles a hidden driver of joint discomfort from another angle. Standing alone, cinnamon is not a magic bullet, but its ability to act across multiple systems, inflammation, circulation, metabolism, makes it compelling in a food-as-medicine approach. Now let's talk about how to use cinnamon so it actually sticks. You don't need to force large doses or choke down harsh concoctions. Start with foods you already enjoy and layer cinnamon in. Begin with a warm bowl of oatmeal sprinkled with cinnamon and berries. The berries add extra antioxidants, complementing cinnamon's anti-inflammatory punch. Prefer smoothies? Blend in a small pinch of cinnamon to your morning shake, banana, almond milk, maybe a bit of turmeric, and let it add earthy sweetness and joint-friendly compounds. If tea is part of your ritual, make a simple cinnamon infusion. Simmer a cinnamon stick in water for 10 to 15 minutes, then sip warm. Add a slice of ginger or a touch of honey for extra soothing support. It's a calming way to kick off the day or unwind at night. Cinnamon also shines in savory dishes. Toss roasted sweet potatoes, carrots, squash, or root vegetables with a light sprinkle just before baking. The sweet root flavor and spice warmth complement each other nicely, giving you consistent, low-dose exposure to helpful compounds without ever feeling like you're taking medicine. One critical detail: choose your cinnamon wisely. There are two main types you'll see in U.S. stores: cassia and Ceylon true cinnamon. Most commercial ground cinnamon is cassia. While cassia is fine in small culinary amounts, it contains higher levels of coumarin, a compound that may stress the liver if consumed regularly in large quantities. For longer-term use, choose Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled true cinnamon or Sri Lankan cinnamon. It tends to have gentler flavor and much lower coumarin content, making it safer for daily use. How much is enough? For general anti-inflammatory support, about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon per day is a reasonable target. Consistency beats megadoses. A modest amount used day after day carries less risk and is easier on the body than sporadic large servings. Think of it as a gentle, steady nudge toward balance, not a quick fix. If you're managing chronic joint issues, the sheer array of pills, treatments, and advice can feel overwhelming. Cinnamon is refreshing precisely because it's simple. Fold it into meals you already love and stick with it without stress. No elaborate protocols, no rigid restrictions, just gentle support. There's an emotional side too. Cinnamon is comforting. It warms you from the inside, softens the edges of a long day, and reminds you that true healing can be both effective and pleasurable. Of course, a word of caution: more is not always better. Stick with culinary amounts, especially if using cassia. Avoid high doses to keep coumarin exposure low. If you take medications, especially those affecting blood sugar, anticoagulants, or liver metabolism, let your healthcare provider know you're using cinnamon regularly so they can monitor interactions. Choosing Ceylon cinnamon and keeping to everyday kitchen doses makes regular use a smart, low-risk strategy. If stiff joints, achy knees, or puffy fingers have been wearing you down, give cinnamon a fair trial. Start sprinkling it into your breakfasts, blend it into a smoothie, brew a simple tea, or season roasted veggies. Small, delicious changes can add up. Sometimes relief doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from a spice jar you already own, applied thoughtfully, one sprinkle at a time. Number 3 is black pepper. Let's give some overdue credit to one of the most ordinary spices on the table. You might think, really, that every day, sprinkle you twist over everything without a second thought? Yes, that one. Don't let its familiarity fool you. Black pepper is far more than a flavor finisher. Used wisely, it can become a steady ally for easing joint soreness and dialing down inflammation. Often, the most effective tools for healing are the ones hiding in plain sight. For centuries, peppercorns have had double duty, elevating meals and supporting wellness in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. Modern research is catching up, explaining why this pantry staple could be a real difference maker for achy knees, stiff fingers, or a back that protests after long days. The secret lies inside a single naturally occurring compound: piperine. Piperine gives pepper its sharp bite, yet it also delivers notable anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Those two qualities matter enormously when joints are cranky. Joint discomfort from arthritis or years of wear tends to be fueled by chronic, low-grade inflammation. That process leaves tissues swollen, tender, and less mobile, and over time it can nibble away at cartilage. Piperine helps by turning down key biochemical signals that drive the fire. In lab studies and animal models, piperine has been shown to inhibit COX-2 enzyme activity, reduce prostaglandin E2 production, and lower expression of inflammatory cytokines like IL-6 and IL-1 beta. In one well-cited study, human fibroblasts like synoviocytes stimulated with IL-1 beta were treated with piperine, which suppressed inflammatory mediators and reduced cell migration. And in rat arthritis models, oral piperine reduced swelling and pain and protected joint tissue. Even more recent research has shown that piperine can suppress inflammation in immune cells by modulating the NF-kappa B and MAPK signaling pathways, inhibiting phosphorylation of proteins like P38, JNK, and ERK, thereby reducing release of TNF-alpha, IL-6, and IL-1 beta. In Japanese experimental models, piperine also showed effectiveness in both early acute inflammation and chronic granuloma models, suggesting it acts in both short-term and long-term inflammation settings. There's another layer to this story: oxidative stress. Life throws oxidative stress at us through pollutants, ultra-processed foods, and emotional strain. These pressures generate free radicals that damage cells, including the ones that protect and cushion our joints. Antioxidants in black pepper help neutralize those unstable molecules, protecting tissues and supporting recovery so your joints can move with less friction. Piperine thus plays a dual role, quieting inflammation and buffering oxidative damage. Now comes one of the most compelling reasons to partner black pepper with other joint-friendly foods. Piperine dramatically enhances the bioavailability of certain nutrients, especially curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. Curcumin is well known for its anti-inflammatory strength, but by itself, it is poorly absorbed. Piperine can increase curcumin uptake by as much as 20-fold in lab settings. That is why golden milk, turmeric teas, and anti-inflammatory smoothies often include a pinch of black pepper. The combination is not just tasty, it is smart nutrition that unlocks more of turmeric's potential. Bringing black pepper into your routine for joint support could not be easier. Start by choosing freshly ground pepper rather than pre-ground shakers. Grinding right before eating preserves more piperine and more impact for the same sprinkle. Keep a small grinder at the table and twist pepper over your meals to lock in potency with zero extra effort. Use it throughout your day. Twist fresh pepper over scrambled eggs at breakfast. Whisk it into vinaigrettes for salads. Stir it into soups and stews. Combine it with turmeric when roasting vegetables or making lentil dishes. Even a modest pinch used consistently adds up over time. When you include healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or coconut milk, absorption of fat-soluble active compounds improves further. Don't skip your warm drinks. If herbal teas, turmeric lattes, or evening tonics are part of your rhythm, include a small crack of pepper. The flavor becomes rounder, and you activate anti-inflammatory constituents ready to go to work. This is one of the easiest ways to weave joint care into gentle daily rituals you may already enjoy. A quick mindset reset helps too. Chronic joint pain can be discouraging, especially when you feel you have tried everything. Remember, you're not powerless. You don't need to overhaul your life to make progress. Small, sustainable habits move the needle. Black pepper is one of those tiny, repeatable choices that quietly accumulate into less stiffness, less swelling, and more comfortable movement. No hunt for rare superfoods, no pricey supplements required. Sometimes the most helpful shift is already sitting next to the salt. A brief word on safety. Pepper is well tolerated by most people in culinary amounts, but if you have a sensitive stomach or take certain long-term medications, check with your clinician. Piperine can influence how the body metabolizes some drugs, especially by modulating liver enzymes that process medications. That interaction is uncommon at typical food levels, yet it is wise to be aware. For the majority of people, fresh pepper used in everyday cooking is both safe and beneficial. So the next time you reach for your spice rack, see black pepper with fresh eyes. It is more than a finishing touch. It is a supportive touch, a simple way to help your body feel better from the inside out. Relief does not always begin in a pharmacy. Sometimes it begins with a few turns of grinder and the quiet knowledge that each sprinkle is nudging you toward less pain and more possibility. Summary. Here you have it. The third of our everyday spices with therapeutic potential. Along with cinnamon's cozy sweetness and cloves' antioxidant punch, black pepper brings an inflammation-calming kick too. These simple staples do more than flavor your meals. They help support your joints. Relief doesn't always come from a prescription or a doctor's office. Often, it begins right at home, with the choices you make in your kitchen each day. When you add healing spices to your meals, you're giving your body steady, natural support that builds over time. These small steps really do make a difference, especially when they become part of your daily rhythm. If this video gave you something useful, please tap the thumbs up and subscribe to Senior Health Tips for more simple, practical ways to feel your best as you age. We share real solutions that fit real lives. And if you've used any of these spices to ease joint pain or inflammation, let us know in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else. Until next time, be kind to yourself and take good care. Your health matters, and so do you.